AITA for telling my mom I don't want kids and making her cry in front of her immediate family. I 34F have never wanted to have children. As the eldest daughter of 4, I was always expected to help her take care of my sibling. I have 2 brothers 31M/32M and 1 sister 29F. Growing up, it felt like my own wants and needs were pushed aside to help my sibling. There was resentment that grew in my youth because my parents supported them in their interests while mine basically got the back burner. My mom worked as a neonatal nurse. She told me about the teenage patients and what they had to go through, complications and all. It was a scare tactic that still haunts me to this day. My dad's mom had him when she was a teen, so they were constantly worried about my sister and I. I've been adamant about my stance for decades. This isn't news. My dad doesn't care, but my mom has told me on numerous occasions that it breaks her heart. Last weekend, my 5 aunts and uncles, 6 cousins, and their babies, 3, came out for a family reunion. I was put on helping duty. Not going to lie, it stung to watch my siblings hang out and play games with everyone. The food was prepared at my mom's house. I drove it over, and served it, drove it back, and finished cleaning. Granted, my mom and sister did help with the cooking, but I did the rest. I parked my car and went out to play sand volleyball, and that's where the tension began. My mom asked me in front of everyone if I was done. I said yes and went onto the court. She stood with her arms crossed the entire time. It was a fun night. Eventually, the park closed. My siblings and cousins helped clean the park. More tension. My mom invited my aunts and uncles over for wine, and my cousins went back to their hotels. I went back to my mom's house to grab my bags from the night before. They were around the table, and one of my uncles mentioned that my cousin was pregnant with her second. After the initial rejoice, my mom said that must be nice. My daughter wants to torture me and not give me any baby. Mind you, my brothers have families and she already has 3 grandchildren. I jokingly reminded her that I'm single. First comes love, then comes marriage, then, you know the rest. Maybe it was the wine talking, but she started getting upset and said that I was doing it on purpose. My aunt started chiming in, saying that it's every mother's dream to watch her own daughter create her own family, and asked me if I didn't want to make her proud. I had enough. I said I'm my own person and I don't live for her wants, and all of her horror stories from the hospital made me never want to endure childbirth. She yelled, "Oh, so it's my fault?" before crying and running into her room. My aunts and uncles looked at me like I just kicked a dog. My aunt started yelling and calling me selfish. I left. Word got back to my siblings, and my brother asked me why I couldn't have just gone along with it to save face. My mom refuses to talk to me for embarrassing her. AITA? AITA for telling my mom I